The Driver, your source for the latest car news and reviews.
We're at the Canadian International Auto Show, checking out the all-new Ford Ecosport. This is new for 2018. It's actually new to the North American market, but we've seen this in other markets, especially in Asia. But let's have a look at what we can expect for the North American market in this Ford Ecosport. As you can see, it says 2018. Some of the specs, it's not really a touchscreen, so we can't really go into too much specs. But as you can see, it says award-winning 1.0-liter 3-cylinder turbocharged or 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. No mention of the 2-liter being a turbo, so it might just be a standard engine, but the 1-liter is a turbo engine. Available intelligent 4-wheel drive, available cargo management, available Bosch, Bang & Olufsen, I believe, premium audio system, including Ford Sync 3, high-resolution 8-inch screen on a car like this is pretty magnificent. But let's go inside and have a look. Let's actually walk around to see what this model has. As you can see, this is the titanium model, so it might be the high-end model. Might be the highest that we can expect in this vehicle. But as you can see, this one comes with tiny-looking 17-inch wheels. It only looks tiny because the vehicle kind of sits in a higher position. Look at how tall it is. But I mean, this is a vehicle that's needed for Ford. Its competitors have already launched vehicles in this category, being vehicles like, the Honda HR-V or the Chevy Trax or the Nissan's upcoming Qashqai. So here we are on the inside, and it feels very bright in here. It's just the amount of light materials that they've used. You wouldn't expect it in a vehicle in this category, but it just feels very spacious considering how far out that window stretches, the front windshield. And here you have nice touches like gloss black material. You have a nice 8-inch screen that I mentioned earlier, that's floating above the center console area, and you have air conditioning settings. It's very basic in terms of what it can do. We don't see too many buttons or features in here. Most of these functions will be controllable from the center screen, but it is a basic vehicle, so don't expect too much. But I think it's very luxurious the way it feels for a vehicle in this category, just because of the materials that they've used in here. You have a start-stop over there. You have a small screen that will relay all kinds of information. I believe that might be a color screen. And on the steering wheel, we have a whole bunch of buttons that we've expected from other Ford models. The shifter feels very solid. So does the steering wheel. It has a nice, slightly rough finish, but it feels nice. Also, you'll notice that we have 2 cup holders over here and some space over here to store things. 2 USB power outlets over here, auto start stop over here. A center console, kind of tiny, actually very tiny, but you probably can store a large cell phone in there, but you could not store an iPad or anything larger than that, or anything around that size. Space for rear seat passengers. I wouldn't say it's too much, but I mean, you have a lot of space in terms of seating 3 passengers, so I don't think that would be too much of an issue. And I like how the seats don't curve. Some cars, they curve along the side to allow more passengers to sit, but that just ends up causing the passengers on either ends to be seated with their backs kind of tilted. But this car seems like it doesn't do that. The seats are nice and bench style, so I don't think you'd be having that issue in this car. Regardless, you also have a 110 power outlet over here to power standard devices. But I mean, we're on the titanium model, so I'm not sure if this will actually be seen in lower end models. So now what we'll do is we'll pop the trunk. Unfortunately, we can't pop the trunk on this model. As you can see, the buttons over here have either been removed or have been compromised. But let's get an idea of how much space we have back there just from the inside. So as you can see, the space back here is just okay. We don't have a sloping roofline, which is good, which provides a lot of vertical space, but don't expect too much space. I would say it's probably comparable to the other vehicles in this category, such as the HR-V and the Chevy Trax. It's like slightly larger than a tall hatchback. So this has been a look at the all-new Ford Ecosport at the Canadian International Auto Show.
For the latest car news and reviews, go to www.thedriver.ca.